Alright, so we're here in my garden. It's been about 4 weeks since I've touched the garden. I haven't stepped foot in this garden for over a month. I've been working about 12-hour days for 2 weeks straight here. Spending the rest of the time with this little guy. Say hello. Say hello out there, Gavin. This is Gavin. He's about 7 weeks old now. He's going to come out here and help me in the garden a little bit. So let's just go out here and check out what we got growing. I got some stuff I'm going to plant today and harvest. It's been quite over a month, like I said, since I've been out here at all in the garden. I've been out here this morning cleaning some weeds and trying to clean it up a little bit, what little weeds I did have. And so yeah, most of the time we're spending here with this little guy. We don't have a lot of time to be out here in the garden all day, so let's check out and see what we've got. Alright, so as you can see, over here in this row are onions. I have literally done nothing to these. I need to thin them out. I've got some weeds growing between them. They're probably not going to make that well this year since I haven't actually thinned them out when I should have. Our potatoes here are coming along quite nicely. As you can see, they are blooming. The blooms mean that they are making potatoes underneath the ground. You can actually technically pull some of these plants up and harvest some baby potatoes if you wanted to, or let them get to full maturity and let the plants die back. Check out my video on growing potatoes. We grow these potatoes every year. This year I've grown 3 different varieties, but as you can see, all of the potatoes are starting to bloom, and they're quite large plants, so hopefully we'll have something underneath of that once we are ready to dig those up. We won't dig those up for a while until these plants start dying back. We'll come over here. We've been harvesting some of this kale. As you can see, we got quite a bit of it. We'll give some to our chickens as well. But yeah, the kale is really doing quite well. This is a winter boar kale, I believe. Got some romaine here. We need to go ahead and cut these before it gets too hot. They start to bolt once this warmth starts up. As you can see, we got some nice heads of romaine. Came out very well. Here's our Swiss chard. We pick a little bit of these leaves, just come out here at dinner literally and just pick what we need and run back inside because I've had no time to do anything out here. But yeah, all of our Swiss chard is really doing quite well. Our chickens also love the Swiss chard, so highly recommend growing some Swiss chard. Back on this side, our asparagus bed, we've been harvesting this. This is probably the first vegetable we get to harvest every year out of our vegetable garden, a perennial plant in the garden. We'll probably harvest this for a couple more weeks and then stop harvesting and let it just grow. As you can see, this bed was where we usually plant the garlic. I didn't get around to it this year, and I was going to plant the sunflowers in this bed, but I never got around to it, and I just got a ton of weeds growing in there. Here's Molly helping me out in the garden. We got our corn over here on this corner coming up very well. Hopefully we'll have some corn. First year to ever grow corn. We'll see how that does. And then our tomato plants are planted. And I literally haven't done anything. I haven't even touched them, pruned them, trained them up the trellis or anything. So I really got to get out of here and check on them, see what we got growing. And as you can see, they are really doing quite well. So hopefully we'll have some tomatoes soon. So yeah, they're looking quite well. See if I can find any tomatoes on the vine actually growing out here for y'all. Should be. There's a lot of blooms on them. I saw a few growing somewhere. I'm not sure where now. They're still small. Here's some growing on this vine. This is the Cherokee purple tomato plant. There's little bitty ones there. I like to put these labels on the top of your tomato stakes, whatever you're staking your tomatoes up with, put them on the top, because as you can see, once they grow, you're not going to find your labels underneath the plant at all. So I put all these labels on the top of my plant so I can see which variety I have growing here. And I found those on Amazon. I'll put the link down below where you can get those if you're curious about that. But these have been handy. I used these last year, and you can just easily from the top of your plant see which varieties you have growing. Right here, green zebra. Got some tomatoes growing there. They're just starting to produce, so we'll have quite a bit of tomatoes. They're really looking good this year. I planted them on this side bed. We had a few problems the past few years with tomatoes with our soil, but they're coming along. Over here we have this is a tomatillo plant. It's got quite a bit of flowers on it, so it's looking really well. Keep on coming down along. I believe this is all squash and zucchini that we have been planted, and it is growing. We should have planted a little bit earlier, but no blooms on them just yet. They'll keep on growing, and they'll eventually will make. Come back on this side, and we have cucumbers growing as well. As you can see, they're coming up. This weed fabric, let me tell you, is worth the work and price, because I haven't been out here in a while, and this is the only way to do a maintenance-free vegetable garden. Then down this row here we've got some green beans, different varieties of green beans. These this row here, this one here is all of our varieties of pepper plants. So we've got several different varieties of pepper plants in our Swiss chard, etc. So that's about it for our what we got growing on. I'm gonna get out here and plant some okra today, and that'll be all I'll about do for this garden. I've got enough here to manage, I think, with a little bit of time that I actually have to get out here and work in it. So it's looking really well, actually. Very happy. We've had so much rain, and I haven't had water at all. I mean, the sprinkler's on an automatic setting with a smart controller, so it knows when and how much to plant. I think I explained that before, but yeah, we've had so much rain. This garden is happy as can be. So stay tuned for more on our garden. Pretty soon, hopefully, we will be harvesting some of this stuff here. And so thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment down below if you like. I know it's been a while since I've been out here working in the garden, but it's actually doing quite well. As you can see, you can have a maintenance-free garden with the right setup and the right soil, the right setup, the right kind of watering system, and a weed barrier. Highly recommend that to have a maintenance-free vegetable garden. So thanks for watching. Make it a great day.